right, guys, we got the first week of prep under our belts, and it was a successful week. It wasn't perfect, but I'm not striving for perfection. I'm just striving for progress. And as far as like the progress I did make, I started the prep at 204 pounds, and now I'm down to about 201.4. So my body weight is down, and I think, but more importantly, is that I'm starting to get more into the prep groove. And what I mean by that is that when I was in my off season, especially deep into it, at the tail end of it, as far as my structure when it came to nutrition. I was basically just kind of eating, whatever I felt like. And, so to go from like a non-structure to all of a sudden trying to be structured with the prep, it's such a hard transition to make. It usually takes me a good, solid 1 to 2 weeks to kind of get myself acclimated. So kind of treating that like a dimmer switch, especially with my nutrition and cardio. I really wanted to try to get more cardio in out the gates just because, I sit in an office chair for the majority of my day. So I'm not very active. So I really wanted to kind of get a good start on that cardio. But the only time I have to do cardio is, in the mornings, right when I get up, before the family is up and before we're kind of, interacting as a family. So I don't want that to impact the family dynamic. But it was just so hard to get up to an alarm and try to roll out of bed and jump first thing on a stationary bike or go walk outside. It's such a hard transition, but I know I need to do that in the future, as this prep goes along. Because again, one of the huge keys to my success in fat loss is getting my butt moving and out of this chair. So I know I'm gonna have to make that hard choice, later on in the prep. But again, it's like a dimmer switch. It's the same thing with nutrition. Trying to go from no structure to all of a sudden having that structure. I'm just taking it day by day, and I'm going to take it week by week and slowly make progress, and get my structure more in line, and also my adherence more into line. So the cardio, I got in 2 sessions, 45 minutes of walking each session with my wife in the morning. So that was good, and that's 2 sessions more than I did at the last week of my off season. So it's definitely, that dimmer switch, like I said, is starting to slowly move up. Macros, 5 low days, 50 fat, 300 carbs, 200 protein. I hit that really well. I actually fell within 5 to 7 grams of each macronutrient. So I was pretty proud of that, especially out the gates for the first week. Saturday and Sunday was refeed, so 50 fat, 400 carbs, 200 protein. Saturday was actually not a very good day with that refeed. Not in the sense that I overate, I actually underate because I didn't plan accordingly. Saturday was the NGA Natural California. I had one of my athletes going there. He happened to earn his pro card and win the overall, so it was an exciting day for me as a coach, and it was a really exciting day for him because he worked his ass off for a year to get the conditioning that he attained, and it was nice to see him be rewarded for that. But I just didn't plan accordingly for the travel, and I didn't pack my meals or anything like that, so I had to kind of wing it. And I'm very experienced, so I know how to wing it, and I did pretty good in a sense. Like I said, I didn't overeat, actually underate. But I was like a protein bar on the way there in my car, and then we went out to lunch. I got myself a very, very thin pizza, light cheese, Canadian bacon. The pizza, the crust was like saltine crackers. That's how thin it was. And then I didn't eat again until after we went to dinner after the show was over to celebrate. And I ordered a lean steak, a chicken breast, plain baked potato, and some Brussels sprouts. So I was well under actually my calories for the day. And when I got home, I was so tired I didn't even feel like eating, so I just went straight to bed. So I just chalked it up as better to undereat than overeat on that day. And then Sunday I actually had a good refeed, and I was on point there. So macros, I was really pleased with how things turned out. I was pleased with the two cardio sessions. Training, as you guys can see here, it's training is training for me, just making sure my form is on point, and I'm getting in good work. Um, I think as far as scheduling last week, my wife and I got in 3 training sessions. We had to postpone our Friday's workout, which was deadlifts, because we had some family priorities to take care of. So that came first. So I just told her, you know what, let's push it back. Saturday again was a show, so we didn't train that day because I was gone all day. And then Sunday is family day, and we try not to, train or anything on Sundays. So we ended up doing the deadlifts. On Monday. And I know in years past when I was younger, if I missed a workout, I would just been a stressed out mess. It would be like, oh God, there goes my progress, or I'm not going to make progress, and I would just stress myself out. And I've learned over the years that it takes more than a missed workout to see atrophy. I'm not saying that it's okay to miss workouts, because I would have loved to have gotten in that workout, but I think to stress on it, it really doesn't help me any, but create more stress. So basically, what we did was just okay. Monday we do deadlifts, everything else gets pushed back a day, and that way it's just less stressful. And for me, when I try to double up on my workouts, because that's something I've used to do, like back in the day, try to double up on my workouts to make it up. Usually what ends up happening is when I do that is that because I'm doubling up and there's a lot more work being performed, the next day I kind of feel pretty wasted. And, sometimes 2 or 3 days after that, I feel trash just because now all of a sudden I'm trying to do all my other workouts during the regular schedule. So my recovery kind of gets impeded on because of that, that double session. So I know to think more along the lines of the big picture in that, okay, if I chalk it up as a missed workout, push everything forward, that my performance and my recovery is really not going to be impacted. So that to me makes more sense than doubling up on a workout and then the next, 2, 3, maybe 4 sessions, I'm really not performing well or I'm not recovering well because I'm being overloaded. So that's kind of my mentality when it comes to that. And also with this prep moving forward, like I know I'm not going to be perfect 100% of the time. It's going to happen. I'll make a mistake here and there. Maybe I overeat or something like that. I'm not one to try to make up for that by, okay, I'm going to do more cardio or I'm going to, shave calories down the next day or whatever, because the same type of thing can happen. That can really affect the big picture. And so for me, I just like, you know what, I chalk it up as a mistake, learn from it, move on, and just stay on point with protocol and regain that consistency. And so that's basically kind of my mentality with those types of situations. But again, overall, I'm really pleased with how the first week has gone. And for me, I'm not. I'm of course I want progress. I want to see fat loss. I want to see my physique starting to look improved, and I know that's gonna it's gonna come. But for me, this first week or two, it's more about getting myself structured again and falling back into line of the prep life and really working on okay my structure throughout the day of really prepping in a way where again it's not impacting the family dynamic. And I think this first week I've done a pretty good job of that, of not really affecting the family. And so yeah, so that's moving forward again, that's going to be the priority. And at the same time, we'll slowly turn up that dimmer switch until that light is fully blasted and I'm coming into my own, with my best ever physique.